Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Headbangers Closet. Hope everyone's doing well today. So, just got off work. It's about 5:45 and I figured, let's do a video. Let's do a video of what's been spinning in the Headbangers Closet, right? I got a little bit of traditional heavy metal. I got a little bit of death metal. I got a lot of thrash metal. A couple of new albums came out in 2026 I want to talk about. But the first one I want to talk about is an album I've been listening to a lot the last week or two. It's Mammon's Throne, My Body to the Worms. This is a really cool death metal band from down under in Australia. It's like a death doom. Really, really good stuff. Excellent record. I got it from Hammerheart Records, along with a couple of other albums that I picked up on that order. I'll show them at a later date. Nice dark red, blood red maybe vinyl variant there. But yeah, Hammerheart Records. I knew they were a European record label, but when I went on the website, they had a US site. So when I picked the stuff up, it was here like in 3 or 4 days. Awesome stuff. But Mammon's Throne. What else can I say about this? I did a video on this, or I talked about this album in a previous video. Right now, album of the year. Early June 2026, album of the year. I love it. Really heavy, not fast, death, doom, a little bit more on the doomier side. So the riffs aren't 100 miles an hour, but just heavy doom death riffs, excellent vocals. The vocalist, he can scream high like black metal vocals. He can do death metal. He can do clean. They do spoken word stuff on this. Absolutely amazing guitar solos on this album. Just the whole thing is great. It's like, I'm going to do a bad job describing it, and I'll hit up Mark over at Metal Never Dies. Dude, do a review of this, because you're way better at it than I am. I suck at reviews. But it's awesome. I absolutely love the record. There's so much packed into this thing. I gotta say, side B to me is better than side A, but it's really, really good. Check it out. I mean, like I said, heavy riffs. I'm hearing everything from death to Spirited Drift on this album. Definitely give it a listen. Again, I am not good at reviews. I'm not. I kind of ramble. Sometimes I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but I know what I like, and I like this record. So, look, a lot of you guys have been watching my channel, have picked up albums I've raved about and liked them. Do this one. I know I don't make any sense, but just listen to this one. It's good. Mammon's Throne, My Body to the Worms. It is great. You will not be disappointed. And if you want to buy it, like I said, got it from Hammerheart Records. It's not that expensive. It was like 30 bucks. Next, we have some traditional heavy metal from Haunt. Going to see Haunt this Friday night in Atlanta. Really hoping to see some friends there. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. If you don't know Haunt, it's basically Trevor. He's from California, like Fresno or something like that. He's a one-man band. He writes all the songs, plays all the instruments, and then he gets a band that goes out on tour with him. And I don't want to call them hired guns because it's always the same dudes that are on tour with him. The guitar player's in a band called Saber, I think, and I don't know where the other two guys are from. I believe the bass player now is like permanent in Haunt. This is Mind Freeze. This is the first one I heard by Haunt, and this is what got me to the band, but really, really cool. So Trevor does everything, though. He puts out t-shirts all the time on Bandcamp. So many different variants of the albums for the collectors, but really, really cool stuff. And it just sounds good. It's just really good traditional heavy metal, so give it a listen. This is Flashback on white and blue. Really, really cool stuff. And like I said, the bass player, I believe, is now permanently in Haunt. So this is the latest album. It's called Ignite. So an orange, clear orange splatter. Really, really cool stuff. And like I said, he does like 5 or 6 different variants per album, which I think is cool, because if you're a collector, some people want to collect them all. And then, I prefer like splatters over pretty much anything. And then this is not the latest one, the one before Ignite. This is my favorite one. It's called Dreamers. Awesome, awesome album. Definitely give it a listen. I'm really looking forward to going to see them this Friday. Like I said, Trevor's one of those guys you just love to support. He's such a nice person, and he always puts out quality stuff. And the t-shirts aren't like super heavy cotton. They're just real nice, soft material. Really, really comfortable. I can wear it down here in Georgia in the middle of the summer, and I'm not like burning up. And you can wear it pretty much any time of the year. It's just good stuff. But I saw them last year. Hold on, Steve. False alarm. Saw them last year in Atlanta when they came to the Masquerade, and I got to get was talking to the bass player, and I bought the album. I had like this one's on the white and blue splatter. I picked up the album picture disc, and he had all 4 guys sign it for me. I got a picture with him, and then I got a picture with Trevor. Just really, really cool guys. Just so much fun hanging out with them. You know, they're not just there to play; they want to hang out with the fans as well. So I think that's pretty cool. This one is a one I just got this weekend on Friday. It's Judas Priest live at the US Festival '83. An iconic show from Priest. I must have seen this show on YouTube like 1,000 times. I picked up the Motley Crue from the same guy a couple months ago from the '83 the US Festival. You know, that festival is so famous. You know, you had Judas Priest, you had Ozzy. I think he even did a little bit of a Black Sabbath set, if I'm not mistaken. You had Motley Crue. Just so many great bands that kind of did it in '83. This one is on blue and dark blue and black, kind of, I guess, not really marble, maybe marble, I guess you want to call it, but really cool stuff. Sounds good. I listened to it a couple times over the weekend. Again, just that iconic set list from Priest. Check out the gatefold picture from that show. It's the whole show, 2 LP set, but on side D, you get a handful of songs from a show in the UK on that same tour. But just awesome, awesome stuff. Judas Priest live at the US Festival, depending on who's talking about it. But really, really cool. Super stoked to have this in the collection. Like I said, seen it 1,000 times on YouTube. Finally have it on vinyl. Now we've got some death metal. We've got Eternal's Cryptic Lust. Picked this up a couple years ago when it came out, I think 2 years ago. I know a lot of you guys have liked it as well. Nice black, blue, and white kind of marble. And a really cool album. Excellent, just old school sounding death metal. They are on tour right now with Frozen Soul. Not coming to Atlanta, but they're hitting that panhandle of Florida down to the East Coast on Florida. So if you're in that area, check them out. Eternals, I don't think it's ever been to Atlanta, but hopefully one of these days they make it to Atlanta. I'll go see them. But Eternal Cryptic Lust is amazing. This next album is an album I kind of got inspired to listen to by George over at Georgie's Room of Rock. Witch Vomits, Funeral Sanctum. This is their last album. Love the album artwork. Love that Forgotten Realms, Dungeons & Dragons kind of style artwork. This album is on blue and white vinyl. Yes, there it is right there. The other side looks a little different. Love the album. Love the band name. George, I always get a kick out of it, and one of the reasons kind of inspired me to listen to it. He loves these guys, loves the band, hates the band name. I don't know. I kind of think it's kind of cool. Witch Vomit. I don't know. I love the way it's written, like the font of the album logo right there. Really, really good stuff. But this is their last album called Funeral Sanctum. I thought I had one more death metal. Maybe I don't. No, I guess I don't. All right, so next we've got a lot of 80s thrash metal. Turn this off. We got Creators, Pleasure to Kill. Just saw these guys in Atlanta a few weeks ago. This is a reissue I picked up a couple of years ago. Do not have an OG at Pleasure to Kill. I gotta get, but the latest one, Crushers of the World, absolutely phenomenal record, so good. You know, there's a lot of thrash bands from that era that's still putting out stuff. I love how it's just each side's different, a little bit different. But a lot of bands from that era still putting out stuff, man. And Creator is one of the few that's consistently just putting out good stuff. I mean, this is an absolutely excellent record. Love it. Another 80s thrash band, an album I was inspired to listen to by another video from George. Assassins, the Upcoming Terror. This is my OG copy. Excellent German thrash band. And so I need to get Interstellar Experience from High Roller Records, and then the reissue of this album from High Roller Records on colored vinyl. But this thing's absolutely amazing. Love this record. It's one of my all-time favorite 80s thrash albums. Keeping that theme going along with Mortal Sins, Mayhemic Destruction, killer thrash band from Down Under. This is their best album. This is really the only one I listen to. I listen to, I forgot the name of the other one now that I'm hit record on the damn video. But that one I'm not a big, huge fan of. But this one is phenomenal. Love it. Another German thrash metal band, Living Death, Vengeance of Hell. On High Roller Records, just on translucent pink here. There's a couple other ones I want to pick up. There's a guy on eBay that sells a boatload of High Roller records at good prices. Has 2 other Living Death albums that I really want to get. I just hadn't pulled the trigger yet, but another awesome thrash metal, 80s thrash metal album. Then we've got Paradox's Heresy. This is a reissue I picked up not too long ago. It's supposed to be like gray vinyl, so kind of like clear, dark gray, but absolutely amazing album. Next one we have is Forbidden's Twisted into Form. Cannot say enough about this record. It is phenomenal. It is flawless. It is one of the best thrash metal albums of all time. Absolutely love this thing. Check it out, that Camouflage Combat Records label. Love that. Amazing record. And I just, Forbidden, to me, in Violence, I just saw Violence in Atlanta a few weeks ago with Death Angel on the Act 3 tour. And I was talking to the guitar player from Violence. I forgot his name. I don't remember the guy's name. Super cool dude. I mean, the show was over. We were hanging out outside of the Hell Club at the Masquerade. We were just talking about, Iron Maiden for like 30, 40 minutes. Then we started talking about Bay Area thrash. Somebody hijacked the conversation and brought up Bay Area thrash, and he was talking about how he believes that Violence and Forbidden and Heathen and Laz Rocket and a couple of the bands he mentioned are like that third wave of 80s thrash to come out of the Bay Area. It was really cool hearing him talk about it. So that was kind of cool to see Violence, and then that kind of ties into Forbidden with me, is that I've seen Violence and now I got to see Forbidden live. Those were 2 bands I kind of got into like early 90s in high school that are the only bands I don't think, other than Laz Rocket, that I've never seen live. I got to see Heathen a couple times within the last few years, so excited about that. But yeah, Forbidden is one of those bands I got to check out live at some point. Next we have is a new album from 2026. It's Cruel Forces. Haneda, I don't know, dude, I'm not pronouncing it right. Gatefold. Cool stuff, just awesome speed metal at its finest. I mean, if you dig speed metal, you're going to love these guys. Give them a listen. Their last album, Dawn of the Axe, was just as killer. This is a great album as well. Haneda, who cares? It's awesome metal. All right, showed this on the last video. Couple Exhumer records. We've got Possessed by Fire. I probably listen to this thing at least 2 or 3 times a month. I love it. Next, we've got Rising from the Sea. Don't like it as much, but the title track is really bitchin', and there's a few other good songs in the album as well. This is another High Roller Records. Every color in the damn rainbow splatter. Man, I mean, I cannot. One of these days, I'll do like a Metal Marty Mac does, and just kind of do like a High Roller Records, like buy a ton of the stuff on High Roller Records website and have it shipped to me and do like a High Roller Records video. I've got a lot of them. They just do amazing work when they're putting out their stuff. Next we have Anthrax's Among the Living. Their latest song is For the Kids is amazing. Cannot wait for the album. And I've been listening to a lot of Anthrax lately, mainly this album right here. Then we've got Sacrifice, Forward to Termination. I almost said Forward to Damnation. I was like, no, let me look at it. This is another High Roller Records on green, the bright green. Excellent thrash metal from the 80s. And that kind of concludes the 80s thrash metal portion. Next we have is Ozzy's live album, Speak of the Devil. Gatefold. This is an OG copy that I purchased a couple of years ago. It's in really bad shape. But I was listening to it because on Saturday I went to the same place here in town that I picked this up. It's like a consignment store. There's everything from records to VHS tapes to magazines, dolls, sports cars, you name it, they've got it. You bring something there, they'll sell it, give you some of the proceeds. And I try to go in once a month because he always has pretty decent records. And this was one of them. Another time I've got Death Angel, an OG copy of Death Angel's Frolic Through the Park with the hype sticker and insert in it. And this doesn't have the insert, it's only got one of the original sleeves with the bat on it, that bat right there. The other 2 sleeves are generic sleeves. Let's kind of pull out the album here. But it sounds good. It's in really, really good condition. There's no crackles or skips or anything like that, so thankful to have this in the collection. He does have another copy that's a lot better, and it does have the 2 original sleeves, not just one, but 2 original sleeves. He's also got, when I was in there, man, I was like, holy shit, he's got some cool stuff this week. We were in there Saturday, and he's got an OG copy of Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. And he has two copies of David Lee Roth, Eat 'Em and Smile, that are US versions. Then he has 3 that are Spanish. And we're sitting there looking it up on Discogs to see what it is, because it says something like the name Eat 'Em and Smile's not on it. It's like different words. And on the album, you flip it over, and all the songs, except for Yankee Rose, all the songs are written in Spanish. We put it on the turntable at the store, and it was David Lee Roth was singing in Spanish, all the songs. So he's got 3 of those, and he says he doesn't know where he got them. He just bought a bunch of records, and they were in the crates that came in. So he's got 3 of those records from Spanish, David Lee Roth, Eat 'Em and Smile, and then 2 OG US copies. So, like I said, I go in there about once a month to check it out, and my daughter loves it because there's all these like dolls from the 90210 characters and Britney Spears, and she always calls them old vintage, and I'm like, they're not that old. And then I think, yeah, 90s is like 30 years ago, so technically, yeah, they're old, but anyway, it's funny. She loves it, and I like to go in there and look at the records. So the last album I want to talk about today is Metallica's Load. Was listening to this a lot this past weekend because it celebrated its 30th birthday, and I love the record. Excellent memories of this album. Was watching Vance's channel, the Zeppro channel, VK, his video on Load, and he made a good point. There are certain albums that come out at certain points in your life that you just kind of, they stay with you because of that certain point of your life. It might not be the best album, but it's always going to be with you because of the time in your life it came out, and Load is one of those. It just came out at a great time of my life when I was in college. I left school for a while to see this tour all throughout the East Coast and into the Midwest, and that's one of the reasons it took me 5 plus, almost 6 years to finish college, because, for 2 years I was like taking off time to go see Metallica. But I love the record. I said it on my video I did that just posted a couple of days ago. I think it's a great record. I really like it. I love the fact that they took some chances on this with the direction change. I said it before, I didn't care about the look, the haircut, or nothing like that. I thought it was a good album. I like the heaviness to it. I like the moody, the dark, kind of like the depressed Metallica. I guess is a good way I like to put it. I think it's good. So yeah, I'm a fan of it. So anyway, that's the what's been spinning in the Headbangers closet. Hope you guys dug the video. You want to talk about any of these albums, definitely feel free to leave me a comment below. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching the video, checking out the channel. Appreciate all the support. Always like, replying to the comments and talking metal with you guys. So anyway, I'll keep doing the videos. You guys keep watching them, and I'll have another video for you guys very soon. Cheers, everybody. Enjoy your week.